Hello, okay, you're live. Good. I'm unsure whether anybody will be able to see me. Because, once again, my lighting, not great. My laptop also isn't great. And I have nobody here to ask whether you can see. I mean, I'm visually impaired and I can see, but that's not how it works. So if anybody is here and can see me, let me know, and if not, then I don't know what to say if you can't see me, honestly. So today's live stream is about BSL. I'm going to take my BSL exam. And hopefully I'm going to pass my BSL exam, which would be nice. But I'm going to take it and we're going to talk about how to study BSL, which is lots of fun. So I have peppermint tea because I am anxiety and it's fine. So what do we get started with? You know what would have really helped is if I had picked up all of my things that I was going to need for this, because I don't have everything. But what I do have is my notes, which includes that, my little book of cue cards, which I have been making over the past year with this online course, because I've been studying with britishsign.co.uk, and they offer an online introduction to BSL course. And when I signed up for it, it was right at the start of the pandemic, when everybody was looking for something to do. So what they did was they lowered their price, and they made it pay what you can from £3 up to their normal full price. So obviously I signed up for that because learning BSL is expensive. I can't speak today because I don't have my hearing aids in because my ears hurt. So I've been doing that, and I've been doing that in my own time. Now you get to see what all of my unedited footage is like. It's just me going, what? But that's fine. So let me show you my cue cards. I started with some of the basics, which just sort of looks like that's backwards to me. So if that's not backwards to you. Ooh, hello, Stacey. I've been looking forward to this and feeling nervous for you all day. Good luck, Max. Thank you. I have also been nervous about it all day. I'm fairly confident that I can pass this exam, but whether I can pass it on a live stream is a whole different question. So fingers crossed, because I've been studying. So I've had these, which that one is just like very, very basic. It's like, what is your name? And it comes out as name you what. But then for like actual vocabulary, wait, hang on, how? Cute. Actual vocabulary looks something more like this, where I've split it into 4, and then later I realized what a waste of space that was, and I split it into 6. So this side will have the word that I want to sign, and then on the other side will be a really fun description of how to sign the thing. I should have maybe pre-selected something that was actually helpful to look at. Some of them look a bit strange, and I'm fairly certain that only I know what they mean. But that's fine, because I am the one studying from them, so as long as I know what they mean, then it's good, right? But I'm now looking at these and I'm just like, oh my god, what is the sign for reception? But it's like, welcome, which is nice. I remember that. And research, which didn't stick in my head for the longest time, even though my whole shtick is research. So I was like, I should know this one. That should stay in my head. And eventually it did. I think. I'm just going to check. Research. What I've written for research is both index and middle make a V, V's touch each other and claw while moving away. So yeah, that is exactly what I signed. So that's nice to know that I do actually know that one. In terms of the exam, I did have a little look. Ooh, I have comments. I cannot see you, but I can V. Okay. Did you press enter a little bit too soon? You've got this and we've got your back. Thank you, means a lot. I can hear you a bit with volume and aids turned up, so good luck. This is too hard being blind. I don't know how you do it all. I don't. So long as they make sense to you, that's all that matters. You're doing these cards for you, not for us. Exactly. These are literally just so that I can get the information into my brain. Hi, Elliot. So they do make sense to me in their own special way, but sometimes when my brain is foggy and I don't have the spoons to do much, they don't make a lick of sense to me all the time. I think I've just written it in a language that doesn't really exist, and very strange pictures. I want to see if I can find one of the strange pictures. But I also did food signs the other day, and the sign for ketchup I had to write in big capital letters, be careful. Because it's like you make a C and then you like shake downwards. But in the practice, my brain was shaking upwards. I'm not going to do that gesture. But be careful when you sign ketchup. Any picture, any at all. Probably not. Nope. Well, if you follow my Instagram, I will put some on my story when I find them, because this is not going to be a stream of me just flicking through my cue cards so that I can show you things, because that would be boring for everybody. Right. Shall we get started? I think we should get started because I have anxiety. Help me. Okay. I also have a fancy 2-screen setup now, but it's absolutely not fancy at all. Right. Want to open up britishsign.co.uk. Go to the last section of final assessment. And I have snowflakes in the way. Can you see that? Yes. I've got snowflakes dangling from the shelf that is like literally here, and they are now getting in the way. Which is the first time ever. YouTube needs auto captions for live streams. I've become too accustomed to reading what you're saying. I know! It's so irritating to me that only certain creators have access to auto captions. And they're not always like deaf ones, and they're not always people that consistently caption their content. And it's really, really, really irritating to me that it's really irritating to me that YouTube has set like subscriber milestones so that you can use their functions. I don't see what difference it makes, to be honest. So I would have liked to have streamed this from mobile so I could pick you up and show you all of the things that I'm doing, but I cannot do that. I hope the sun is not too bright for you. I know how you suffer. We'll leave you in peace to concentrate on this. Please let me know how you get on. I will absolutely let you know. I'll be posting all over Instagram like, yay, because I'm going to take it until I pass. Even if I have to sit here for another hour and go through all of my cue cards with you if I fail the first time. Right, okay. No, that's not what we want. Let's do it. Attempt quiz. Ooh, make notes if you wish. A notebook. 1 second. I have a notebook. Oh, what I sat on. It's nothing comfortable. Fun story, actually. Back in uni when I used to do way more activism, somebody made me this. It says, Max Fisher, trans activist, with I took that picture. I was sat on a bench about 20 meters away from the flower and testing out the Zoom. It was a good Zoom. Right. I've got my notes, I've got my tea, got my phone, got my cue cards, but I'm not going to look at them the first time. Watch this clip carefully, make notes if you wish. This bit might get a little bit dull because I have to watch the clip. I maybe didn't think this through for how engaging this would be for everybody, but here we go. A pen. Hello. What is your name? Finger spelling. He lives where? His relationship status. Oh god, I have to watch this twice. Cool, okay, now I need to watch it again because I missed some. Thanks, Elliot. Oh, my writing is appalling when I'm not looking at it. Okay, so I've got his name. I've got where he lives. His relationship status. How many kids. What was that? Ah. All of his kids' names. I think. Yes, okay, good. Elliot says, you might have already started it before I said that because I skipped back to the start. Okay, I've caught up now. Awesome. I don't know, but thank you. Good luck is always appreciated. So I wrote down all of the things. I'm not going to show you the answers because just in case they are the same for every exam. So I don't want to give the answers away to their course because it's pre-recorded and that doesn't seem fair or helpful to anybody. But I'm going to try and keep it fun. What is my name? I got that. I think for the next one, I'm going to look at the information I need to get from the video. That would make a bit more sense. Because I very much thought that it was going to be like the other exam, because they've got exams per module, and in the module exams, it's like they'll do one sign and then say, what is this sign? I thought it was going to be like that, but nope. Where do I live? I got that too. That doesn't look right, but it is right for the word I've written. What is the name of my son? Ah, yes. The name of a daughter. Am I in a relationship? Cool. Next. Question 1 done. There is 4 questions, and we're a quarter of the way through. Barry says, enjoy your spoons, you know what I mean. I do. Barry sent me some cat spoons from my Amazon wish list. I will show you them after I've done the exam because I have 30 minutes to do it. It won't take me that long, but afterwards. Celebration. I don't know how blind people might write messages when they can't see the screen. Thank goodness phone does this, hopefully. That's a big question. Ask me again after the exam and I'll talk more about that. Cam says, maybe I will stop watching just in case you give anything away for my exam. Yeah, that might be wise. Is any of the instructions you're watching oral? No. They've just written it and it's very much like silent video. There's like no captions or anything because that would obviously give it away too. They haven't really thought about visual impairments in deafness. But this course is basically for anybody that can see. Nice one. Thank you. I love you too, baby. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to look at the next questions. How am I feeling? Okay, so we'll put that down on the paper. Where am I going on holiday? I've also found that when I've been thinking in my head, I've been thinking in BSL word order. So instead of putting where is holiday, I just put holiday where, because that's how you would ask it in BSL. What do I want to see while I'm on holiday? See what? Name of, okay. And when do I come home? Cool. Right, let's watch this clip. Right, let's go. Assessment. Huh. Wait. I need to write down in the bits. I didn't think that through. Right, you're going there. That's how you're feeling. Skip back a bit. Start again. That's when you come back. Okay. I'm so sorry if this is not fun to watch. This is peak concentration. And that's when you come back. Awesome. You're amazing. I could not do an exam of film of it orally. What is the pass score or percent? The pass score is 85%. So I'm allowed to get one wrong, but I think it's going to really bother me if I do get one wrong, because that's who I am as a person. I'm one of those people. Not to go psychology on everybody, but it is kind of how I was raised. Anything below top marks was considered a fail. I internalized the heck out of that. Oh, AVG, go away, please. Your PC suffers from slow down and clutter. Yes, it does. Where am I going on holiday? There. What do I want to see? This is really helpful because they have multiple choice questions. That one. When do I come home? That multiple choice. Next page. We are halfway through. Halfway through now. Okay. Meal. When? Who with? What did the other person eat? Toppings. Dietary and what? Cool. Woo! Yes, woo. We like woo. This is exciting. I'm enjoying this a lot, actually. Right. Let's watch the thing. Let's go. Okay. That's when. Okay. This is good. Ooh, they've shaken it up a bit. They have not asked me the questions in order. This is exciting. But they have used one of my favourite signs, which remind me to show you after, because it's great. Ooh, I missed a little bit because I was talking. Cool. That's finished. Now to write it in. When was it? Who did I go with? What did they eat? What was the toppings? Who has dietary requirements? Next page. Final question. Barrett says, you look like someone that will never finish second in life. Oh, I absolutely will. I can't run. I don't think it's boring. I can't see a bloody thing. Total darkness with patches on both eyes, so I will need a blind cane. They're good canes. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. They are very helpful, and I have had fun breaking mine in and learning new things about getting around and people's perceptions, etc., etc. Right. Question. Well, last set of questions. Let's go. Looking for a job. An age range. Some days. And some times. Oh, I hate numbers. Numbers are hard. Okay, I can do this. I got this. I think. I hope. Fingers crossed. Okay. A sip of tea. Got the days. Now to the times. Times are hard. Okay, got that one. Got that one too. That was nice and easy. Thought it was going to be much harder than that. Got the ages, got the days. Where are the days? You know that like panic when it's multiple choice and you don't see the answer you got? Turns out I just couldn't read for a second. So that's nice. Do they want AM PM? Well, they're gonna get AM PM. Finish attempt. Okay, that wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be. It just gives me a list of questions, but just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then says answer saved, answer saved, answer saved. So that was fun. Submit all and finished. Are we crossing fingers? Okay, we have things. You know, I already have a long deafblind cane, so it's getting used a lot now. So, me reading aloud is painful. So glad I got it, thanks to you making me use it, as you said you needed one too. Aw. Ellie says, hey Max, how's life with the symbol cane going? Ask me after I'm about to get my results. But I'm happy to talk about it. I'm about to press submit all and finish and I'm nervous. Oh, stop doing this. It's another pop-up being like, are you sure? Yes. Anxiety. Yeah. I got 95 out of 100, so I passed. What one did I get wrong? Show me. Oh, I know what I did for that one. Okay, I can accept that because I know what I did wrong. I was not specific enough. But I passed, and that's good. And now I can print off my certificate. Give it to me. Oh, I don't have enough plugs to print off my certificate, I don't think. Screw it, I'm going to do it anyway. Finish review. I can live with that. Right, give it to me. I want it. Yay, nice one. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That's excited. Right, view certificate. Right, let's get this printer set up. Chaos. So that's fun. Now I have officially some education in sign language. I keep getting moved. I have paper in there and everything. Are we plugged in? We're all plugged in. Nice. Hello. This might just devolve very quickly into Max cannot use their printer. Where is the button? There is the button. No, I do not want black and white. Treat myself. Print. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's printing, and the more times you say you can live with that, the less I believe you. I mean, am I going to retake the test and see if I can get 100? Yes, I absolutely am. Am I going to do it now and make you all watch that? No, I'm not. I've got 4 days left until my course expires, and I still haven't made cue cards for the last lesson, so I'm going to give it a go then. But yes, I'm going to spare you all for having to watch my perfectionism, because it's going to bother me, especially because I know what I did wrong. But that's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. It's a thing, okay? Lots of happy emojis. We like that. Barry says, well done, Max. You did really good. We all know you could do it. All that are watching, well, I should hope so. I'm cool. You're too kind. I am a delight. Oh, no. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I've seemed to have run out of coloured ink, but I have my certificate. I can download it, and I'm going to download it, and I'm going to buy another ink cartridge and make it pretty. But look, I passed, which is very nice. I want to put that somewhere I can see it, but also it's not very pretty. That can stay over there, just in case I forget. Okay, so we had questions. Let me just get the right mouse. I'm going to go over there. Right, I'm going to go back through the chat very quickly, if I can. Okay, no, good. Well, it's now not responding, so I don't know if you can still see me or not. Excellent. Love that for me. Good. Well, my technology is not good, so maybe I'll just grab this other mouse and see if I can watch my own live stream to see the chat with it. View in live control room. Yes, can I do that? Is that a thing I can do? I believe that is a thing I can do. Wishlist link. Wishlist ink? Yes. I could do that, I suppose. Or I could just buy my own ink. Okay, cool, thank you, I'm still there. Well, I just don't understand technology at all. I feel so old when I say that. Right, so I'm going to go through for these questions. What did we talk about? I can't remember who asked what. Feel free to just send me your questions again. How's life with the cymbal cane going? I remember that one. It's going really well. So if anybody watched yesterday's video about my April in review, You might have seen that security guards at the job centre tried to take it off me because they thought it was a weapon and not a disability aid. So that's good. That's fun. Love that. I did put in. I didn't put it in as a complaint because honestly, it's so tiring. And the last complaint I put in with them didn't it was just exhausting. But I did mention it, and I said that they need to be educated on what a symbol cane is, all the different types of mobility and disability aids, because it's not just sight canes and walking sticks that they need to be aware of. And I did get to see his soul leave his body, which was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed that. Very happy that I was able to see that. And we did have a little bit of a chat afterwards. It's a symbol cane, and it just shows that I have a visual impairment and I might need some accommodations when it comes to my sight. And we had a chat about visual snow syndrome because I really enjoy spreading awareness about it, especially because I had it for 25 years without even realizing that it wasn't normal, which I'm still not in denial about, but I'm still processing the fact that I was not seeing what everyone else was seeing and just went with it. I just thought it was normal because I'd never seen anything different, and it just really baffles me that I didn't at any point think that not being able to read because your vision is all pixelated and it does things was... I just didn't think... didn't think to bring it up, didn't think to mention it, didn't think to ask, hey, how do you cope with not ideal vision? So that's where my brain's at with that. Kind of why I keep talking about it a lot on my channel. But yes, and now trying all of the things. Trying all of the things is good. I've been enjoying that. So using my symbol cane has been interesting because people have different reactions. Not everybody knows what it is. So many people don't know what it is, actually, that just people ignore it, or they behave really strangely, or they ask me to put it away. Sorry, really dry mouth. So I'm trying to strike a balance with talking about it with people, because I can't just do the whole speech and do the whole, here's what it is, here's why I use it, here's why other people might use it, here's what the red bit means. I can't do that with every single person because sometimes I have places to be, like the job centre. They've got a rule in for in-person appointments that there's nowhere to wait, so you can't show up more than 2 minutes before your appointment. And that 2 minutes makes me very anxious because I can be quite slow when I'm not having a great day. And if it's really bright, if there's lots of people, I can't see what I'm doing. So there's that too. And it makes me anxious. And then having to rush to the desk and find the desk, and it was a new layout. I just didn't have the mental energy to educate the guard properly the first time around. So I just went with I need it to see, even though that is a very, very, very simplified version of it, honestly. Laminated card. Yes, I need to go look on the website, to be honest, and see if they have one for a symbol cane, and if not, I will send them a tweet or some sort of message somehow asking them, hey, will you do one for symbol canes? Because my cane, hang on, let me get it. It's right behind me, I think. Give me 1 second. You'll still see me. Nope, it isn't. I lied. Ha, I was wrong. It was either going to be in that pile or downstairs, and it's downstairs. But mine has a elastic thing at the end, so I can put it on my wrist and wear it and keep it attached to me, and the elastic kind of holds it together when it's folded. I could put a keyring on that, and that would be the perfect place to have some vision awareness cards and symbol cane awareness cards. So that is in the future. Red and white canes for deafblind. Not a lot of people know that. Yeah, correct. I just think, honestly, deafblindness is one of the least understood sensory losses or the most stigmatized, because with deafblindness you don't really think of people like me. You think of people like Helen Keller, and it's a massive spectrum. So we've got to this point in society where, I don't know if it's just the circles that I'm in, but deaf people, like the deaf community, we kind of know that deafness doesn't mean hear nothing at all. We kind of know that it's a spectrum, and some deaf people can hear more than others, and some people can't hear at all. Some people can hear a lot, but they struggle with the little things. And we're kind of used to that. And then with blindness and visual impairments, we are kind of also there, in the sense of like, people know that blind doesn't mean complete blackness all the time, and it can mean actually seeing quite a lot but not being able to decipher what you're seeing. And visual impairment being not always sight loss. It can be things like photosensitivity, poor night vision. There are some other things, double vision, for example, they're all visual impairments. And it doesn't necessarily have to correspond with a sight loss, but it is still a spectrum. But when you get to deaf blindness, it kind of becomes like, oh yeah, you don't see or hear anything. And I'm like, how did we get there? Honestly, like, we've come from like, you can be on the mild end of a spectrum here and here, but here has to be all the way down here. Please make that make sense. So that is one of my goals, to help raise awareness that deaf blindness is also a spectrum, and I'm on it. Let me see. Either the laminated card or a printed hoodie, I suppose. Yes, you might have seen today's hoodie is Well, You Don't Look Deaf. I got this from Deaf Identity, and I love it, and I'm obsessed with it. I can see myself dancing in my little monitor because now my laptop's caught up, so I'm going to move that. But yes, if they started making some of these for deaf blindness, I would wear them all the time. Why not write and draw symbol cane on a blank card that you have? I need to buy some blank cards first, but I also find that having them printed seems to carry more weight in terms of awareness. Like if I've written something down, people are like, oh, this is just for you. You could be making stuff up, or that might not be the representative view of people. But if it's like printed on a card, people are just like, they ask me less questions that insinuate that I'm wrong, if that makes sense. So I'm going to see if they do print one, if they will print one, and then if not, or if that's something that's going to be like way down the pipeline, then I will buy my own little blank one and write my own. Dennis B Music says hello. How's the orange glasses working for you, Max? Yes, they are working so good. I love them. I found my world is just much prettier now that everything has a warm tone. I'm going to see if I can... oh, wow, I'm blue. Good. I should have put some lip balm on, Jesus. Let me see if I can... There you are. That just makes my glasses look really dirty, but... You see, it's like not as orange as you would expect it to be. Like, it's just a bit warmer. I look less blue, perhaps. But yeah, that needs to be cleaned. No wonder I was struggling to read. This might really help. Whoa. Hang on. Seems more official, like the sunflower lanyards, probably. Yes, does seem more official. Anything that's like on a card or like printed down rather than like hand scrawled, especially when my handwriting is not great. It just does tend to carry more weight, and I don't really know why that is, apart from perhaps looking a bit more professional, but it doesn't need to be professional. It's just how it is. But yeah, back to the orange glasses. They are really good. For some reason, my brain was like, getting them is like sunglasses. Spoiler alert, they are not like sunglasses. They do take the edge off of the brightness, so I can now look at white things without being blinded, without searing eye pain and like making this face, which isn't very cute. But like when it is actually bright outside, when the sun is shining, they don't really do that much for me because it's not for that level of brightness. But that is a bright day, and that's what sunglasses are for. And I've realised that I got the wrong tint on my sunglasses, because it's not the wrong tint. Because when you go to Specsavers and you get the sunglasses, they offer you like a brown tint, and they offer you like a blue-grey tint. I picked the grey one so I wouldn't get confused. But it is very much just like blue tinted lenses, which is the opposite of orange tinted lenses, which makes the adjustment a bit weird. And because these filter blue light, the other ones filter like orange light from the sun, I'm assuming. So it's just two vastly different visual situations, and it takes my brain a little bit of adjustment to do. But the oranges were a really good choice for me. They just work, and they give me less eye strain, and my eyes hurt less because they're a bit more protected. Jobsworth recognise and respect bureaucracy. That they do, which is really irritating, especially because when a lot of the things that would benefit me as a disabled person relies on the bureaucracy to like prove that I'm disabled and prove that I would benefit, even though the two are not related. For example, like a free bus pass requires you to have money already coming in for mobility from PIP, whereas like that is just excess money because I might not necessarily need the PIP. I do need the PIP, but this was back before it was a thing. Most of the things that I would benefit from need having PIP, and my PIP assessment went horrifically. I need to redo it again, but they denied my mandatory reconsideration. And that was a bit traumatic, I can't lie to you. One day I'll reapply. But like, you already have to have support to get support, and I'm like, I just need a little bit of support. Like a free bus pass would be so helpful for me. I'd be able to go out and do more work. But they're just like, no, if you don't have PIP, you can't have it. And like, makes total sense. Yes, you're right, it looks official. Just because we wear hearing aids, it does not mean we're totally blind. And that was the colour the eye duct said today, or blue lenses. Yeah, blue lenses are also really good. It sort of just depends on your eyes. So I picked orange because I already light my room with a warm light. I light it with this. Can you see that? Can you see the difference when I clicked it? It's like a yellow light bulb. It's still quite bright. But it's like yellow, and it just gives my room like a warm glow compared to this one, which is a bright white light, and I should not have looked into that. But blue is also said to help people with visual snow syndrome. It's kind of a toss-up between the two, and you have to try it. I tried orange just based on what I like my room with. That was the only factor in it. I hate that with Erland syndrome. Why are you wearing sunglasses indoors? I can't wait for lockdown to be over so I can educate more people. Yes. I had a comment on one of my videos the other day, and it's like, I like your sunglasses. And I was like, oh no, it begins. Which, like, I don't blame people for thinking that they're sunglasses, because, like, that's kind of what we're raised to believe, that, like, anything that's not clear is a sunglass, and that's it. But, like, I can tell this is going to be the new bane of my existence. Is, oh, take your sunglasses off inside. Like, they're not sunglasses. I might ask Doodle people if they will make a badge that says these are not sunglasses. Which is going to be my next live stream, I think, maybe. I do want to make a badge tour, but I don't want to film it, because that means I have to edit it. And I have nearly 100 Doodle people badges. I don't want to edit that. It would be much better as a live stream, but I would love to film that live stream on a portable camera, not this one. This is the one that's built into my laptop. It's not very good. So I want to get a better webcam, or unlock the feature to be able to live stream from my phone. That's my goal, really, because that would just be much more portable and easy, and then all of my pictures that I want to use for thumbnails will be on there. So you heard it here first. share my stuff and help me get the subscribers so that I can just unlock that feature. That would be like really helpful. I have those orange salt lamps. They are amazing. I bought one from my friend just to lick. I don't think that's what they're for. I really think that that's contraindicated. But I bought her one to lick because that's who she is as a person. I love her. She's so good. But they're very pretty. I kind of want one. I say I really want one. I only kind of want one because I don't know where I would put it. But they are very pretty. Ellie says, me and you should totally do some sort of collab with our Doodle People badges. We probably have about 200. We probably do. We both have an ungodly amount. It's not even funny. But yeah, we should totally do one. We could live stream on the same day. But yeah, a badge tour is something I really want to do because I have so many of them. I had to give one away the other day because I have subscribed to their Patreon, and I also got some Misfit badges extra thrown in. And one was, hello, I'm gender fluid. And I'm not quite gender fluid, I'm genderqueer. You can see the flag over there. That one, that is the genderqueer flag. That one is me. So I gave away the gender fluid one because it fit them more than it fit me. We have a serious problem with badges. No, we actually do, though. Like, it's not even funny how many badges I have. And I get badges sent to me monthly in the post because I subscribe to have that happen. Which is... That's silly. That's silly. Is it silly? Yeah, I think it's silly. But I love it. It makes me so happy. Because they're like access... not requirements. They're like access tools. And they've helped me to like embrace parts of myself that I might have struggled with. So when I was first diagnosed with hearing loss, I really struggled about what terminology to use and how to tell people that I needed them to repeat things. Because before I was diagnosed, it was just like me just saying what over and over again, and I just didn't hear you. But then I had like an explanation and a label to use to help make it better. But I sort of struggled because there's a lot of like, not community infighting, but there's a lot of gatekeeping from both hearing and deaf people about who can use deaf and who can use hard of hearing. It really is just personal preference. I'm deaf. I don't dislike hard of hearing, but it's not a term that I want to use for myself. But, you know, it's whatever. There's people deafer than me that choose to use hard of hearing and not deaf, and there's people less deaf than me that use deaf, and both of those things are okay. But I first started out with Doodle People badges using hard of hearing, and then I changed over to I'm deaf. And I used badges to sort of help with that, so I could literally wear my identity on my sleeve and get used to just being perceived as a deaf person, and it just really helped me like build my confidence, because then I could say I'm deaf and then point at the badge, and that helped more than me just saying I'm deaf somehow. Again, having it written down seems to be believed more. But yeah, maybe I have too many badges. Perhaps I should give away the ones that I'm not using, because they have been really helpful, and if they're just going to sit in my collection gathering dust, like the hard of hearing badges, I would like somebody to have the same benefit that I did from having those badges, who might identify with that label more. We'll see. I'll ask Alice if that's a thing that she wouldn't mind me doing. Sounds like a plan. Yes, it does, doesn't it? I'll just make sure with Alice that that's okay, but I'm not going to be selling them, so I feel like she'll be on board with that. Watch this space. I just remembered that I titled this live stream Watch Me Take My BSL Exam, and let's talk about how to study. So I'm going to at least talk a little bit about how I studied. Just in a second. One more question. I really want to put some on bags, but I'd end up wearing the bag back to front because they're so cool. Honestly, I do the same. My rucksack has just so many badges pinned to the back of it, and I've only lost like 2 because they do ping off sometimes. but it's just covered in badges, and I don't know how many people read it, but nobody ever says anything, but I feel pretty when wearing it. You can get some good price portable webcams on Amazon. Hearing aids don't cure you, they are only aids. Don't ever give up wearing hearing aids, as they are a part of you now. Well, funny you should say that, because with the audio processing testing that they want to do, the way that they're speaking about it is they're like, hearing aids might not help you if it's audio processing. And I'm just like, no, but I think you're forgetting the fact that they do. And because it's the NHS, I don't get much of a say on whether they withdraw that care or not. As much as I can refuse because they do help, they're going to invoice me for lots of money. But I'm not thinking about that at the moment because that's stressful. And I just want to get the audio processing testing out the way so that we know and we actually have a direction to move forward in. But I have no intention of giving up hearing aids if they are accessible to me. If they're not accessible to me, then it sucks to be me. Bye, Joe. Thanks for the good luck wishes. I'm sure it'll happen because I know exactly what I did, and I hope, fingers crossed, that it's the same questions. So, does anybody have any questions about how I studied for the exam and how I've been revising and how I've been learning BSL? Apart from the cue cards, which I will flick back to while I wait for questions which may or may not appear. The fact that I also have 2 BSL books full of questions. Hell yeah. Hi, Liam. It's good to see you. Do you have any questions for me about how I have been learning BSL and studying? I passed, by the way. You have your rights, Max. You have worn them for years, and the NHS won't take them. I have worn them for years. That's true. I've not thought about it like that before. Thanks, Liam. Yeah, I have worn them for years, and they do help. I don't really care what the paperwork says because I think the paperwork is outdated, because as soon as you slap audio processing disorder on anything, people seem to stop caring whether it's medical or the people you're talking to and asking to repeat. People are just like, oh, it's not a deafness thing, which I think audio processing should, like, people with APD should definitely be welcome in the deaf community, and they should be an active part of that. Just because it's not an ear thing, that doesn't make it less of a problem. How have you learned them? Are you a visual learner or a kinesthetic learner, learning by doing? I'm kind of both. I started making cue cards. So I would go through each lesson and all of the little videos, and I would follow along with the videos and like sign back to the video. So like Apple, that's not Apple, that's Apple. My bad. I'm working on the dexterity thing, it's not quite there. But I would like sign back to them to get used to doing it and make sure that it matched. But I also learned it with Cameron, my partner, for anyone who doesn't know. So we would be on FaceTime doing it at the same time, so we had eyes on the other person to like watch them do it to make sure that they were doing it right. Because a part of my EDS is proprioception. I don't always know what my limbs are doing. So I don't always know if my hands are making the same shapes that I'm seeing, unless I'm actively looking at my hands, but that's not how you sign. So it was really helpful to have another pair of eyes, and then to make it actually like stick in my head to study it. I have an itchy nose. I was making cue cards so that I didn't have to be glued to my computer to do it, and the course it doesn't expire, but your access to the course expires. So I can take these with me, and then I can just sort of look at this, hopefully remember it, and if not, I have a written explanation on the back of like how to do things. Some of them have really sketchy drawings. Some of them do not. And that's sort of how I've been learning the doing side of it. But the receptive side of it, I've been watching BSL Zone a little bit, but I think they very much cater to people that are fluent in BSL or better at receiving than me. So I've been watching BSL Zone on like half speed with subtitles and sort of sticking to the children's section because it's simple language and simple vocab. That's a complete lie. I watched the genetics episode that they did on BSL Zone Kids, which isn't really simple vocab. I should be doing things like storybooks. But I am a scientist and I wanted to know. But yeah, for the receptive side, I've been doing that and slowing it down and just seeing how I go. I've been watching other YouTubers who sign. I've been watching... what have I been watching? Videos in Facebook groups. Any sort of video I see that people are signing in, I watch it and see how well I do, but I also have the subtitles on. So I guess I'm visual, but also kinesthetic. It's a mixed bag, I think. I don't know what the learning styles are, but that's how I learn them. And I also have books about it as well for new signs, and the Sign BSL app for new signs as well. Because I think seeing them visually helps more than just somebody explaining them on paper. So in the books, the pictures aren't moving, so I don't always know what movement they're describing. It's medical mechs. We don't wear hearing aids just for the fun of it, and if they were useless, you would not hear a thing. Exactly! Like, they are so helpful and so valuable, and I kind of function with them. I'm functioning right now, but nobody's talking to me right now. And I'm not out listening for things. All I'm doing is talking, but I can feel my voice is going already from an hour, because I think I might be shouting a little bit. But with my hearing aids in, I don't do that. It hurts me less to talk, and I hear more things, and I can hear cats meowing, which is very nice. And I just I struggle so much without them, and they're a really good visual tool for when you tell someone you're deaf, and they're just like, but we're talking. You can be like, aha, yes. But it's the NHS. It took me 12 years to be referred for the very simple test to diagnose my heart condition. Which isn't really a heart condition, it's a nervous system condition that sort of affects my heart, but it's... yeah. 6 and 2 3s. Super interesting. Thanks for listening to me ramble about it. I'm going to talk about what books I use real quick. One sec. So I have 2 books here and one up here. What is on my nose? So in my video about procrastination, no, not procrastination, that's not the word. In my video about 70 things to do in the pandemic and I'm learning BSL, I touted this book. It's not very good. It's really not. Laughs in 3 GP appointments to finally get diagnosed with OCD. Man, I'm so jealous, but also I don't know why it has to take 3. I don't know that much about OCD, but it sort of seems a simple thing in some cases. Like, it shouldn't take 3 tries to getting it diagnosed or to moving on for the next steps. I don't know your exact story, but why is it so hard? But yeah, this book, not very good. It's not bad, but it's so basic, and it just sort of skips steps. But it does also have a good bank of signs that I can now use with my knowledge that the British Sign course gave me. It just kind of misses the step. But it does have very helpful, it says English and sign for grammar. So English says, drive along the road until you reach the traffic lights, turn left. And then it has the sign translation in words and sign pictures. Me, road, drive, traffic lights, left. My brain hasn't rewired to the point where that sentence structure makes I have to think about that to see what it meant. But it is helpful to see how it would be said or signed. And it's very good. It's just the pictures aren't fantastic. They leave a lot to be desired. I think it was certainly down to my saying no to the compulsions question, not knowing that reassurance seeking is very much a compulsion. Yes. I have a bunch of friends with OCD, and most of them have said at some point that they didn't understand what behaviors counted. So I think on paper, I have some compulsions and some obsessive thought patterns, which might or might not put me in the OCD umbrella, but I didn't realize that they were obsessive thought patterns and compulsions until someone that was trained in the field told me. But it was an informal discussion we were having about just mental health in general, and they said, hey, you know that's a compulsion, right? And I was like, yeah, not another one. Barry says, you have just answered your own question. You got to have hearing aids. I am told I shout when mine are out, and I have a lisp now. Hope the BSL books I got you were okay. Yes, I'm about to talk about those. But I also have noticed myself lisping in a couple of videos, and I feel like the way I sound without my hearing aids is different to when I'm talking with my hearing aids in. But I only hear the difference because I have my hearing aids in at the time or out at the time. Sometimes on videos as well, but I don't actually know for sure because I don't know whether it's just because I have or don't have my hearing aids in or not, if that makes sense. I sound totally different now than I do with my hearing aids in. Because with my hearing aids out, I can't hear S sounds. Like, I know I'm saying an S, but I don't really hear it. I think also the fact that it's in my mouth helps me hear it. But S sounds are just tricky little bastards. So I also got these other two books. Barry also bought me these off of my wish list because I don't think Barry has enough self-control when it comes to that. I'm joking. But I have these, and these are really good sign banks with just lots and lots of signs in it. So, for example, these are the pictures. I can't see over the top of the book. These are cool pictures with basic instructions in them on how to sign them. And it's a lot more comprehensive than the British Sign course because it also contains things like if the sign is the same for different words. So this one being meat, beef, and butcher. I didn't know that from the British Sign course. I knew that from this book, which listed all of the words that one sign can be used for. The differences being what you lip pattern and the context of the conversation. And this one's also really small. That will fit in like most of my bags, if not all. And then we have the bigger version, which just is a lot easier for my eyes because they're just set out a little bit different. It's slightly bigger, slightly easier to read and to see. And it just gives you a lot of signs per page, so you could tackle this one page at a time, which I think is cool. And it's just like sort of like a translation dictionary. If anybody learned spoken languages at school, it's like a French-English dictionary. So the sign for stuck, block, jam, and trap can also be similar. Strawberry, that's a different sign than I've seen, but it does say on the... Hang on. Strawberry here, that sign is a different one to the one that British Sign uses, which is okay because regional variations are a thing. But it's really good to have these alternative options, whereas the online course doesn't necessarily teach you that. It teaches you what you need to pass the course. It also doesn't tell you what region they're teaching you, so I don't know the region of some of my signs. But But yeah, that's fine. And that's what I like about the Sign BSL app, is there are lots of variations. So my sign name is Mouse, which most places will sign like this. But there is another regional variation, which is like this, which I just think is really cute. And my deaf friends agreed. Spread, jam, paste. I can't just flick through this on stream because I will be here all day. But this is one of my favorite books now because I can just look through it and have signs. Ooh, everybody's trying to talk to me now. Hello, friend. Oh, so I'm cat sitting at the moment. Hello, Poetry Mer. I'm cat sitting at the moment, and the cat that I'm supposed to be feeding after the stream has just shown up at my house. I'm working from home today. I think I have that one. The book, this one. It's a good book, I think. I haven't really pulled it with all of my friends, but I think it's great. I'm just really enjoying it. And then any sign that I'm unsure about, I can go and look in an app and see it move, or ask my deaf friends who sign. It's excellent. I love it a lot. Oh, bless him. Me on Facebook during my own live stream? Couldn't be me. Does anybody else have any other questions? My tea is peppermint, by the way. Just if you wanted to know. It's Kaz, by the way, Ashley's random friend. Ah, Kaz. Yes, I know Kaz. We've met. I think. Yes. Right? With the 5 languages? I know like 4 Kazes. You might have to... And multiple Ashleys. But if it's the Kaz I'm thinking about, they are learning like 5 languages. Which is... nuts. All the languages, yes. Okay, that Kaz. Yeah, I sent you stickers. Yeah. Okay, so you probably won't have any language learning questions for me because you've got 5 on the go at once. And I will not be able to tell you anything that you don't already know. You did and I love them. Yay! I have so many stickers, but I have the thing about I don't want to stick them places because I don't have commitment issues, but I want to save them for something that's worth it. Okay, well my voice hurts, and I kind of have run out of things to talk about. We could just sit and chat, but we'll be here all day, and I do have to feed a cat and go off to work. I say work, I'm getting paid to pet kittens. It's great. Learning a sign language is different though. I tried to create a flashcard deck for BSL but struggled. Oh, were you here for the cue card discussion? Because I have cue cards. I've been making my own, and this is what I do with them. Prioritize kittens always. Oh, absolutely. Everyone else has seen me show this off like 10 times, but I'm going to show you anyway. So this is the front, and I've just written the sign that I want. And then you just flip it over, and you've still got the same grid of 6. And then I've just sort of described how I make the hand shapes. It doesn't always make sense. Everyone's reassured me that as long as it makes sense to you, it's fine. But that is kind of how it goes, and it doesn't have to make sense, and the artistry doesn't have to be great as long as they make sense to you. So I use things like swipe. I have my own code system for like primary hand and secondary hand. So my right hand is my primary and my left is my secondary. I have different code names for like different hand shapes. So like this is the ASL Y shape, and I just use ASL Y for this hand shape whenever I need to do it for which. OK is another one. V is another one. Index and middle touching is this one. Fist, pinky down. Palm up, palm down. Hey, I have Disney and Supernatural screenshots as reminders for my flashcards, whatever works for you. Yeah, literally anything that works for you. this seems to work for me. And it's very portable because it's handwritten, so I don't need battery on any of my devices, which is excellent. I think tonight I'm going to end up doing a Studygram deep dive for new and interesting ideas that I can use to spice up my study, because I'm one of those nerds. Oh no. And I still need to do my bullet journal. So that's a thing. So I think that's going to be my cue to say goodbye. I've done well to keep this live stream at 1 hour and 10 minutes, unlike Vlogmas, where I was writing my cue cards and talking to my friend in the chat about nonsense, and I was on for 3 hours. I had no voice left, and it was just ridiculous. So I'm going to go. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for the words of encouragement, the support, and all of the congratulations. It really means a lot to me. I didn't think anybody was going to be interested, but you are, and that makes me very, very happy, and I like seeing people happy with the things that I make. So thank you very much. Don't forget to like this live stream. Is that a thing? That seems to be a thing. I can see a like button here. So definitely like this if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. If anybody would like to see me pass an exam, not in live time, but if you just want to catch up on me doing that, that's also a thing. Subscribe if you're new here. Always great. And ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 p.m. UK time with at least one bonus video every single month. Sometimes it's a live stream. Yes, you can. Excellent. We can like stuff. And yeah, share my channel with your friends, so hopefully I can get to that magic number so I can live stream from my phone, because there would be so many more live streams if I could live stream from my phone, because it would be much more convenient. This setup is a lot, and I had to move my entire desk. Okay, I'm going to stop dawdling. Bye. Thank you so much for being here. Love you all. The awkward now end stream button. Bye. Oh God. Yes. End. Bye.